Hello my treasures, it's time to embrace our inner rage with Reno Warrior, aka Enrage Warrior, but Reno Jackson. And this is the last class that I needed to do a Reno deck on before he sadly rotates back out in the next rotation. But given all the different variants of Enrage Warrior there are out there, I figured there's probably enough cards in standard rotation right now to make a Reno Enrage Warrior actually work. And to my shock, it actually did. It ended up with above a 50% win rate with at least the 30 card variant. I did briefly try out a 40 card variant, but it didn't feel that strong. The basic idea is to use a lot of the really good Enrage Warrior support to whittle down your opponent and not have to worry about your opponent doing a bunch of damage to your own face because you can instantly heal up with Reno Jackson. We are also going to get around a little bit of the deck building challenge with Reno by using ETC and using Brann is in here because there's some very powerful battle cries, but you don't really have too much room in the main deck. Vtuber is in here because you want an additional copy of it, and it can actually come up quite a few times. And finally, Brawl is in here just so you have a way to come back if your opponent puts down a lot of really expensive minions. For the Mulligan guide of the deck, you are going to be looking for any card that is 3 or lower to keep in your opening hand. However, there are some key cards to look out for. These cards would include things like Imbued Axe, Iron Deep Trog if you know your opponent has a lot of spells, Foul Egg if you have a way to actually trigger the Foul Egg so it can actually attack, so things like Sanguine Depths, and finally Anima Extractor as a way to buff up any powerful minions you have in your opening hand. Now with that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Priest. I have a feeling this is probably going to be Shadow Priest, which may or may not be really good for us, depending on how we actually play this. Oh, this is actually a perfect curve. Oh, even better, because we can use Foul Egg turn 1, then put down the Cruel Taskmaster turn 2, use the Acolyte turn 3. Good old Shadow. I still love that animation. It doesn't matter how long that card's going to be in rotation. It's one of my favorite animations probably in this entire game. It's just such a nice animation. Let's see if we can shock them a little bit with what we're doing with this deck. Hey, they're just going to mirror what we did. Oh, and put down a Banshee. Okay. Oh, right. I was still using conditioning in this version. And hit this. Just go face. Make them actually attack into our own minions. Because I don't really care if they decide to just keep going face. As long as we can get to Reno before they can kill us, we're in a good position. So let's put down Acolyte, and then next turn we can use the Axe. We're probably going to attack into the Acolyte if I had to guess. Maybe they'll actually attack into the bird. Oh, they will definitely attack into the bird now that they can buff it up. That's still fine. Oh. Okay, that... Let's pop that. I probably should have done this in the opposite order. Oh, that's always good. And we do have Reno now, too. We're going to blaze through our future a little bit here. I think we'll probably grab the Axe, but probably should have grabbed the Brawl. Oh, we actually did go or do something smart and went for the Brawl. Brawl in this matchup is actually pretty decent. The Axe is really good if we're ahead of schedule, but we are kind of behind. So, you know, Brawl doesn't really, I mean, Axe doesn't really do much if we're behind. We don't have too many minions on board. And this game definitely showcases why you don't want to use conditioning in this deck. It sounds a little bit funny to try to use it in the deck, but it ends up becoming just a problem in the long run because you end up having a lot of cards that either generate you additional minions or cards that will... Oh, Rakara is funny. I also think the reason why I end up cutting whatever the third card was because of Olgra, and that's not Rakara. I got them confused for some reason. And why did that have to be the one minion that survived? It's okay, it's okay. They can't do 17 damage to our face in a single turn. At least I hope they can't. Okay, so we lucked out a little bit there. We can just hit their face with their own minion, which is always good. And we are healing out technically by 10. Going down to 5, but 5 more to their face, and they don't really have that many ways to heal themselves. I'm actually kind of happy that they didn't give lifesteal to that deck, because it would be way more annoying than it currently is. Okay, there's the Shadow. Oh, I mean, that is the proper way to use ETC if you're not getting around deck building restrictions, so Good on you. That's actually probably one of the better uses I've seen out of the card, to be honest. Okay, let's... how is this going to interact? I'm hoping that it'll summon the minion. Nope, it does not. Okay, so we can put these two down, protect our own face. Hopefully they can't do 15 damage. We're probably going to have to heal no matter what next turn. Ah, good old Samuro. Oh, that could be a little bit bad. Oh, at least they can't clear everything out. They can get close, but they can't do it. Oh, that's actually pretty close. Yeah, we're going to have to heal. We can pop that, gain a little bit of more armor. Helps us out a little bit more. I know it's going to instantly go away, but it is what it is. Could be a lot worse, to be honest. I mean, we did kind of just use our one surprise that we had going for us. But I think Volgra actually wins out the game next turn? Maybe? It depends on what... Oh, that's actually kind of funny. Per friendly minion or damage minion, and not all damage minions. So we can damage that, then she'll gain an additional attack. So that should be... oh, perfect. We have lethal. Okay, time for a game against Death Knight. Gotta love seeing the imbued axe in the opening hand. Ranker could be really good depending on what version of Death Knight it is. Light of the Phoenix is something that you could also consider keeping in an opening hand because it is draw power. But again, it also does rely on what version of Death Knight it is, and we already have a few high cost cards, so I kind of don't want to do it. Okay, so they're 40 cards, which makes me think it's blood. Blood could be really, really bad for us. I say this because they have a lot of really big minions, but with the 30 card version, we do have the chance of just swarming the board. Getting Phelan as a top deck isn't actually that bad. Just going to hero power here. I know Phelan's kind of left over from when I did have a lot of dredge cards within the deck, so we could easily access what we put at the bottom of the deck. And we probably should have maybe swapped some cards around to keep him in the deck, but ended up liking him as just an alternate win condition. Maybe replace him with something like Grom, because technically that does rely on them having some type of removal tool, but Phelan can also generate you removal tools, which is something kind of needed in the deck. Who knows, maybe by the time I post this video, I'll swap a few cards out so to have a few dredge targets so we can actually get to Phelan easier. We'll see. We could use the axe, but we're just going to put Phelan down because I'm hoping they'll attack into Phelan, giving us more charges on the Acolyte of Pain. It also depends on what they actually have in their hand. If they are pure blood, they probably have quite a few removal tools for the Acolyte without triggering it at once. Ooh, foul egg, okay. Okay, they are pure blood, it looks like. It's amazing to me that it doesn't matter which version of Death Knight you're looking at, they all have some cards that are basically the exact same. And even if you are looking at individual different types of Death Knight, ooh, that's actually a pretty good top deck. And then we can attack into there, buff that up a little bit. Oh, Sanguine Depths is good. But yeah, it doesn't matter which version of Death Knight you play. They have some cards, even depending on the different rune types, that are basically the exact same card printed for a different rune type, which is a little bit annoying. It gives a little less of diversity than you would originally expect. And it does feel like Death Knight is relying heavily on the neutral undead minions from Arch of the Lich King. Once those go bye-bye, I'm kind of afraid where Death Knight is going to end up. Okay, no Muncher. They're going to munch our Acolyte, draw us a card. Okay, we have a few options here. I don't really like doing what I'm about to do, but I think we kind of have to. We don't want them... Oh, well, we don't really necessarily have to. We could just pass the turn like this. I think we're going to do it like this. As bad as I don't want to do that, we probably should have actually buffed up the Anima Devourer, or whatever it's called. We're going to just keep our weapon charges for now. I'm really excited to see what the other weapons are, the ones that were missing from Festival of Legends. Can't remember if Warriors got revealed or not. I don't think it did. I'm actually really curious of what Warriors are going to be getting in the set outside of Rifts, because I don't think Rifts are going to save that class. Well, this is actually a pretty good top deck, because we can buff up ETC to the high heavens here. Never expected to see a 12-12 ETC, now did ya? And then we can just keep going face. We could have also killed some other minions, but oh, they're going to freeze us out. That let's put down our 13-13 ETC. Might as well, right? Also probably should attack here. I think in the long run, Brawl would probably be the safer bet, but Imbued Axe is probably what I'll end up grabbing, knowing me. Oh, we actually did go for the Brawl. Okay. I'm actually kind of shocked of my past self. Past self was smarter than I had expected. I think the Axe actually might have been the better solution in the long run. I had a feeling I chose the wrong option in this game. I just couldn't remember what the option was. Oh, they're going to obliterate our band manager. That's not good. Oops, explosion. Also not a card I wanted to see right about now. Okay. How are we coming back from this game? We have no minions in hand. No way to draw through the... Oh, well, we do have a minion now. Let's just armor up and pass the turn back. We need to get some draw power online, and that is going to be our main hurdle right now. Wonderful. They're going to go for a wide board. We're not going to want to get rid of anything yet. Oh, Torbolone. People would never pronounce that card right. Okay, so we can get rid of that. Hero power, then pass it back. This is one of those games where I do wish I had some dredge targets. Or, dredge cards. Ooh, wait, they're death striking their own minions? Okay. That actually kind of helps us in the long... Oh, that does not help us, though. Vampiric Blood is not what we wanted to see. That's probably one of the most annoying cards that it probably can be. Okay, we... let's AoE everything here. It's actually a pretty good top deck that we just had. Do we want to kill this minion? I kind of want to. We could also use Blazing Power to blaze up our Blade Master. You know, I forgot Blade Master is actually rotating out. I'm actually kind of sad. I love that artwork, at least the golden. It's one of the better diamond. It's one of the better diamond skins that we actually have. It looks incredibly fluid. Oh, Axe. Okay. That is actually kind of good. You can pop that. It's going to be 6 damage to their face. Draw a card. I think, come on, give us something cool. We're actually just trying to mill through our own deck, because I think our win condition is the bottom of our deck at this point. Oh, Brann. Okay, please don't eat anything good. Please don't eat more card. I mean, out of all the cards that they could have ate, I don't know if we need you right now, buddy. We have to do it like this. I really don't like doing it like that, but we need to get rid of Brann as quickly as possible. Let's draw even more cards. We can put this down. This will put 2 damage minions. We're getting really close to the bottom of our deck. We just need to rely on what random minions we got off of that Colossus. Wonder if any of them will be actually Colossus for us. Death Strike. They're going to keep healing themselves up. That is going to keep getting more and more annoying to deal with, as we're running out of tools to actually outpace it. Okay, so we have 2 damage on board. Can actually go for a pretty wide board quickly here. That's not going to do much. Okay, they're at 28. They can't get rid of anything. Okay. We can make Rakar work, because that's 2 free damage each turn. Might as well put down the Trog. They'll probably have an answer to it. But you never know. You never know. Maybe it'll delay a Vampiric Blood number 2 or something. Come on. Don't have anything in your hand. I really don't want to see another patchwork. Okay, more grain. That's perfect. That's 7 damage right there for us for free. I know we're going to be taking 3 each turn, but we have our spicy old RENO JACKSON. Oh, that is a pretty good top deck. Okay, that also is pretty good. We're doing it. We're getting closer and closer. Wham bam. Okay. Got them down to 14. Down a Crooked Cook because we're a little bit crooked. Oh, Gaia. Gaia can be actually really, really useful next turn, depending on how or what they put down, or if they answer our board, I should say. Okay, so we have actually quite a bit of damage on board. Man, that's not going to save you. Okay, so we have 5 damage on board. Wait. No. That could actually get us lethal. It's not guaranteed, but it's pretty close. Come on. Everything hit their face. Yeah, there we go. Okay, time for a game against Warlock. Hey, we're actually using Rancor in this match. Good, good, good. It was a card that I ended up including because if you are facing a lot of aggro decks, it can act as a secondary trigger and clear out your opponent's board. Oh, Reno in the opening hand. Okay. I don't know if he'll actually be needed here, but you never know. You can put down the War Song. Hopefully they can't kill it on turn 2. You never know. They are Warlock. We don't have an easy way to deal with that. Let's put down the Extractor. If they coin out Drag Down, that might not be fun, but they should be able to. I don't know. They shouldn't have enough mana to actually do anything here. Maybe they can summon a few other imps. Shady Bartender. Okay, that goes away with anything that we would be really afraid of. Oh, Librarian. Well, that's funny. We can equip that, kill that, and then just go face. Buffs up our own minion. Makes it a little bit harder to kill next turn, unless they can summon a few more imps. And even if they can, we can get a lot of advantage off of it, so we're not that big of a rush. I mean, that's playing directly into our trap card. I activate Rancor, and then just pass the turn back. Hopefully they don't have anything mischievous in their hand. Wicked Shipment. Oh, that could be a little bit wicked. We have a few options for next turn. I think one of the things... Oh, that's actually a different option. Let's put this down, and then we can ping the Acolyte, draw a card, then we can buff it up and kill one of the 1/1s. Actually, yeah, let's kill one of the 1/1s. I don't want them to snowball quickly. And by keeping imps off of the board, they can't snowball as quickly as... they're gonna drag our Acolyte down below. Luckily for us, we have a lot of replacements in our hand. I think Weapon Expert probably is the play here. Oh, yeah, it still is the play. Then we can kill the minion, go face, buffing up 2 minions. The next turn we can buff up all 3, depending if our minion actually lives or not. Because if everything lives, we're actually in incredibly good position for next turn. We actually might be able to just win next turn if that's the case. This wave, we're gonna wave bye to all of our minions, I guess. Oh, Rakara, interesting. We are not taking too much damage from the curses yet. Probably should have actually done that in the reverse order. We can... We're missing out on damage if we attack. But we can also put down the Crooked Cook just to draw cards. Missing out damage is probably not the biggest mistake there. Putting down Rakara just for 1 minion is probably a worse mistake, to be honest. We also probably should have just used the 4-cost minion there. Okay, Fiendish Circle. I don't know if that gets them out of the situation. Oh, it could get pretty close, though. We do have an AoE board clear since they're all at 1 HP, besides whatever they buff up. Come on, what do they have in the hand? Oh, that doesn't kill everything. Oh, okay. Hey, Rakara lives. You can put down the Crooked Cook, buff up Rakara, put this down, then just go face. There's no reason not to. Oh, that is a fun top deck. We don't really have a trigger for him anymore, but, you know, that could actually give us lethal next turn, depending on where they do here. Brann, oh, please don't have Zakul. Please don't be Zakul. Oh, what? Oh, okay, that doesn't kill us either. I get it. It does a lot of damage to us, but, well, we could just troll and heal up to full if we really felt like it, but I don't think we needed to. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, the deck actually ended up way better than I ever expected. It had a 50% win rate, which was shockingly high for a warrior deck nowadays, and it actually held its own against a lot of the big meta threats. It felt incredibly good against things like Shadow Priest, where you could just overwhelm your opponent and then have a big heal to outpace their damage that they could actually do to you. I did briefly try out a 40-card version of the deck just so we would have more control tools. However, that felt a little bit more convoluted and had a much lower success rate. Either way, if you're looking for a Reno deck to send him off before he rotates out again, this is the perfect deck for you. It's a great Reno deck, one of the better ones that I've had been back in rotation, and is a great way to finally finish off my collection. And with that all being said, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.